What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Showdown live. Today I am doing OU and I'm using my double weather team. I'm not sure if I used this team before, but yeah, let's go straight into it because why not? And because I don't have a lot of time right now, so I'll probably only do 2 battles today, just to see. My opponent's running a rain team. I was about to say sand. It's a rain team, which I deal with really well because I have a T-Tar and I have a Charizard. So that puts me in a really good position as I can lead with my Choice Scarf Scizor, as he's going to be with Swampert. He can't really do anything to me except for EQ, as I can go into my Gengar, as he's going to go straight for the Mega Evolution, and I'm going to go straight to my Gengar, because, he went for the Waterfall. I don't agree with that play at all. Don't agree with that play one bit. As now I can go into my Charizard. Charizard, I can go for the Earthquake. I can go for the Solar Beam, but I'm actually gonna go for the Earthquake, going for more damage, as I'm predicting his Politoed to want to come in. So I'm gonna go out into. I'm gonna Mega Evolve here, as he does go out into his Politoed, as I do predict that correctly. And I go out and I get my Earthquake. Ooh, actually, I can go. I didn't realize that was how it worked. So here I can go for a Solar Beam. I forgot. Mega Evolution came after. So now I can go for a Solar Beam. Get off 15. Do nothing. 0. That did 0. That did absolutely jag shit to that T-Tar. I mean, not T-Tar. That Lottie, but he's doing nothing to me, as his Draco only does nothing. As I can pursue trap him here, get a good amount of damage off on this Latias. Almost knocking it out, as he does switch into his Politoed. So here, I don't know what I want to do. I'm kind of wanting to go into Raikou. As long as the Swampert's alive, Raikou's not doing too much. If I can get rid of these 3 pokes, Swampert, Pharaoh, and Magnezone, Raikou can put in a little bit of work. Kilbio can do so much. I'm actually going to go out into my Zard for whatever he wants to go for. I guess he goes for the Focus Blast and misses. So here I can go for another Solar Beam, as it can catch his Kabutops, his Swampert. Even though it's not my best play, it does get rid of the Latias, which is really good for me, as he can go back up into his Politoed, and then, I mean, I win the Weather War just because I run 2 other Pokemon on this team. I mean, I'm winning the Weather War right now, as now I can go out into my T-Tar, get rid of the rain, put up some sand, as he goes for the Scald, which does get the burn set, unfortunately. I kind of want to go for the Stone Edge, but Stone Edge doesn't really hit his team too hard. So actually, Earthquake might be my better play, as if he switches into his Kabutops, as I can get off super effective damage on that. Predicting his Waterfall, I'm actually going to go out into my Scizor, and if he goes for the Sword Sense, I can Bullet Punch, as he ends up going for the Stone Edge and missing. Probably predicting my Charizard to want to come in. So that's fine. Here I can go for a knockoff on whatever he wants to come into. That gets rid of the Magnezo's Assault Vest, as I'm now locked in, which sucks. But this was not really doing too much to his team, as this Hidden Power Fire will be able to knock me out. And the sand goes down, as I'm going to set the sand back up, as I can go for I'm gonna go for Earthquake, or actually Earthquake's my best play, just because it does a decent amount of damage. It gets rid of the Magnezone, which is really good for me, as I still have my 2 others. Politoed comes back out, and I can go back to Charizard. as Charizard wins me this battle at this point. Pretty sure. So his Scald's only gonna do 40%, not gonna burn me, as I can go for a Flare Blitz, predicting that Ferrothorn to want to come in, and this will get rid of the Ferrothorn quite handily, as I will only take. I will lose my Charizard actually, which actually stinks for me. I think I just lost this battle. Alright, so here I can go Keldeo. This Keldeo will probably be able to outspeed his Swampert and deal with his Kabutops, as I can lock myself into Secret Sword. I am Choice Scarf Keldeo, so let's see if I made a major misplay there. He's going to stay in, and he's going to go for Hypnosis, putting my Keldeo to sleep, which does stink as he goes into Swampert. I think I'm going to sack T-Tar just to put the sand back up for a little bit, as he will be able to knock out. I'm in a really bad position here. I'm pretty sure I lost at this point, letting my Charizard go down at that. That's why I debate running Fire Blast over Flare Blitz, but I mean, I like running mixed Charizard. Why? It just does. I mean, yeah, that was bad. I need to keep going for Secret Swords and hope I wake up this turn. And I do wake up, connecting with the Secret Sword, but it's only doing 34%. As I will be taking residual damage from the sand, and I can go for one more Secret Sword, as that will knock out the Politoed. He has his Kabutops left, and he has his Swampert left. Do I win? Yes, hopefully that will seal the battle for me. Choice Scarf Keldeo. I'm not gonna say GG just yet, as yeah, there we go. The victory is mine. That was a close battle. Sacking my Charizard there could have cost me the battle, but yeah, let's look for another one. This team really does deal with rain teams really well, just because I do run T-Tar and I do run Charizard on the same team. As my opponent has a very OU team, I'm going to leave the Scizor as I always do. I don't know, it's just the play I like to make, just because it is Choice Scarf and it throws a lot of people off. It deals with Latias and Latios really well, because it does outspeed them. I can switch out on Rotom really easily. As he does decide to go Gliscor, I'm gonna go for the knockoff, just in case he does want to stay in and not go for Protect, and I don't want to run that risk of. Yeah, I get the knockoff, and I do knock off his Toxic Orb as he goes for the Taunt, which is really good for me now that things are not as much of a threat, as now I can go into. I kind of want to go Gengar, because Gengar shuts it down, because it is Sub Willow, and Sub Willow shuts it down. But he's probably going to want to go into. He's probably going to stay in, so I'm actually going to go Gengar, just because. If he wants to stay in and EQ, I'm off the ground, so it doesn't affect me, as I do switch out, and he does go for the EQ. Here I could go for he doesn't really have any switch in for this, so I'm going to go for Sub, as it is my best play. As he can go for Taunt, I'm already behind a Sub, so I can start firing off Shadow Balls. And I mean, T-Tar is definitely his best play at this point, because I mean, he might be fearing a Focus Blast, but Focus Blast doesn't do that much. So he does go T-Tar, as I do get a little bit of damage off. That's nothing. Oh my gosh. I'm actually gonna wait for him to break my Sub, and this will show me if he does have Pursuit or not. Actually, that was a dumb idea because I should try and switch out now. This is probably Choice Scarf T-Tar. It's either Choice Scarf or Mega, which Mega will probably, yeah, he does have Pursuit. Cool. I'm really hoping this, yeah, he's definitely Scarfed. I lose Gengar here. So do I want to switch on? I'm gonna keep going for Sludge Wave, because I'd rather get damage off instead of just dying to a Pursuit and not doing anything. Oh, I live Pursuit. Oh, okay. My taunt ends here, so now I can actually go for Will-O-Wisp and make this thing less of a threat, which is really good for me. And he's not, it doesn't seem like he's Scarfed just because he's not going ahead of me as his T-Tar is now burned, letting me switch in freely to my Keldeo, which his Scald kill is really, I mean, his best play is going to Rotom probably. No, it's probably Clefable. I'm gonna go Scald. Scald does the most damage to anything on his team. I mean, Keldeo does a decent amount of damage to everything, but it's just the matter of fact of predicting what he wants to go into. Yes, he does go Clefable. Kinda want to predict him to go for Flamethrower, so I'm gonna go for Scald again. Hope this pays off because if I'm pretty sure Moonblast does take out Keldeo at this range. I do get a burn, so yeah, he does go for Flamethrower, which is really good for me as I do predict that, and now I can go Scizor predicting his Moonblast, and he is Magic Guard showing because he did not take any damage from that burn, which is good to know. As he goes for Soft Boiled, I'm actually going to go U-turn. Staying with Cold Punching is not my best play, because I know I won't be able to take him out because I am Jolly. As I do switch out, I'm able to switch out and go into my Charizard, which can set up the Sun. I mean, he's probably going to want to go into his T-Tar, but I'm just going to go for Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz does a decent amount of damage to everything, and if he goes to Rotom Wash, I can always Solar Beam. I'm actually really happy that I stayed in for knockoff against that Scarf turn 1, just because it got rid of it as it dealt with it as a threat, as a stall Pokemon, and yeah, it's really good for me because my team doesn't really do well with stall. As he does go into his his T-Tar, but my weather goes up after him just because Mega Evolution happens after the switch, as I can fire off a Solar Beam at this point and get rid of his T-Tar. So, I mean, my Gengar's down, which I mean, I'm kind of iffy about right now. But, we'll see. If this is a defensive run, I want to get some damage off on Rotom before I go into this and deal with it. So, let's switch much better if he does go into it. As he does go Lottie, I can go T-Tar, as he will probably either drop a Draco or go for Psyshock. Either one, as you saw with the Latias that dropped the Draco on me, it doesn't do much, especially because I am AV. As he does go for Psyshock, Mega Latias, don't really see that. Latios don't see too much, as Life Orb does more damage. And now I can just go for Pursuit, predicting him to want to switch. And even if he doesn't, that's fine. Yeah, alright. Let's see what he does. As he does go for the switch, putting it down that low amount of HP. As his Scizor does come out, and I can freely go into Zard. As he can probably go for his Roam. As he goes for a Swords Dance, which I mean, it's kind of threat. Don't mess with threats, especially when they're going for Swords Dance. I wish I did carry Fire Punch on T-Tar, but can't really do much about that now, especially when you're in the battle. As his bullet punch will not be able to take me out. I will most likely go, I do not go down to recoil, which is fantastic because he doesn't really have a switch in for me. As, I mean, X-Bar, Latios, which I can switch back into my T-Tar with. Even if he does drop a Draco, I mean, I'm fine with that. As I can switch into this. He's probably going to go for a side shot. I cannot go on release and H power, which is something, I don't know what power that is, but interesting to see him power fire maybe? I don't know. But I do get to knock him out with the sand, and at this point I can go for an ice punch as he has no source of recovery. And he doesn't have anything with rocks unless this has rocks, and I still have defog on I still have defog on my Scizor, which I run defog specifically on this team, as my opponent will forfeit this battle. I mean, this battle was basically over because I still had Scizor, I still had basically all my threats for late game sweeping, and I'm gonna lie and I'm gonna get a third battle just because I want to. This team is doing really well. I mean, I'm not surprised I built this team a while. As this person is running UU, except for the Braylon, which is interesting. UU from Braylon and Superior, I'm pretty sure, is BL. As he goes into his ball of death, as I can go for a U-turn. This is probably going to set up Super Rocks, but it doesn't matter because I'll get my Charizard in on the field before he can set up his rocks. As he is the Rocket Helmet, I can go into my Charizard before he sets up his rocks, and I'm still at full HP, as I can freely go for, I want to go for an EQ just because I'm predicting the Chandelier to come out. As he does not switch, and I can go for an EQ, which does nothing as he goes for Flail. I'm assuming he's cussed that berry. Probably, so I'm going to go for Flareblitz here. Getting rid of his Ball of Death. That does a lot of damage, as Chandelure will probably be able to outspeed me if he is Scarf. If he does go out into Chandelure, I know he's Scarfed. If not, then he's not. And if he goes Crook, I can... There are 3 potential Scarfers on this team. Actually 4. This is definitely a Sashloom. I'm assuming it's Sashloom. As he goes Crook, he's probably Scarf, so I'm going to go into my Scizor, and I can either go for a Defog or I can go for a U-turn, getting some momentum. As he goes for a Rock Slide, if I believe that correctly, as now I'm going to choose to go for the Defog just because I see Charizard being a big part of my team in this battle. As he does make a switch into his Chandelure. He's definitely going for a fire type move, as I can go for T-Tar, because T-Tar resists both of its stabs and it won't take too much from a energy ball. And now he's most likely going to switch, so I'm going to go for another Pursuit. This T-Tar on this team does really well against these types of pokes that it can switch in, take a hit really well. I mean, I only lost 8% there, and he loses his Chandelure. T-Tar's a big staple of this team. Let me see what EVs I'm running on it. Alright, 116 attack, which was good. Alright, so he goes Superior. As I don't really want to give him a free +2, so I'm just going to go for Ice Punch, as I can definitely live a Leaf Storm. I'm going to want T-Tar for later though, as I can set up Weather against his Braylon. What's not doing too much? Raiko's not doing too much this battle, so I'm just going to sack Raiko, as then I can go into my Scizor, go for a U-turn, knock him out, and go straight into either Keldeo or... he goes for Giga Drain, which is a solid play made by my opponent, as I can go for an HP Ice, do some damage. I'll probably do more damage to him than he'll get back from recovery. Giga Drain recovery. That's what it's called. Giga Drain. As I just want to keep him within range of a U-turn from my Raikou. Not my Raikou. What am I saying? U-turn from my Scizor, as I can safely go into Scizor now. U-turn against whatever he wants, because U-turn is super effective against everything else on his team. And yeah, this is looking like it's game basically, because I mean he's got his left, which I can play around for sure. As I can go, I'm gonna go Zard, as that'll bait out the Crocodile, and I can go T-Tar and then go for an Ice Punch, because I'm assuming he's Scarfed, and Ice Punch will be super effective against the rest of his team. This guy's really weak to Scizor and really weak to T-Tar. Gengar's not really doing much for my team right now, so I could have said, oh, he is gonna go Hydreigon. Either way, my best play is going to my especially defensive T-Tar with Assault Vest, getting my special defense boost, as he's going to go for the Dark Pulse, and now I can just fire off an Ice Punch. Whatever he wants to go into is not going to like that, and if he wants to stay in, it'll do a solid jump to him. As he does end up going out into his Mach Punch is pretty obvious, so I'm going to go out into my Gengar. Even if he Spores, then Gengar's not really essential to my team. He can't really do anything much to Gengar, and I can sack it. Basically, what I'm using Charizard for is bait, just to bait in certain Pokemon. As he's going to live on 1 HP, and I can go for a Sludge Wave, because why not? If he goes into Crocodile, then that's whatever. So he decides to stay in. So he's definitely, I mean, he'll probably go into Hydreigon. It looks like he's got 2 Scarfers left because he decides to switch. I mean, it doesn't really look like he has. He's definitely going for Dark Pulse again. If he's not Scarfed, I have Speed, and I go for Sludge Wave and he gets some damage off. So he's not Scarfed, as he can go for a Dragon Pulse, which will not knock me out. If he was running Draco, I would have lost my Gengar right there, but he's not, and which I am very grateful for. And I will knock him out with the crit Sludge Wave, which does not matter because the last one did 51%. So now all he has left is this Crocodile, and if he outspeeds again, he is Scarfed, which is right there. I mean, even if he does get +1, it doesn't really matter because I have Keldeo, and I can just lock myself in a Secret Sword and win the game. So, yeah, I mean, I do have a Choice Scarf Keldeo, which I don't know. There we go, gone. So, after that, I'm just gonna end this recording. So, thank you guys for watching. This team is really working for me recently. I've enjoyed it a lot. It's pretty strong. It works really well against rain teams. You guys saw the first battle. Second battle was a pretty solid battle as well. Third battle was not expecting that guy to have majority UU team, so that was interesting to see, just to play around. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like. I mean, self-explanatory. And if you guys are not subscribed already, please feel free to do so. And I will see you guys